that rub you the wrong way. I mean, you're going through the awakening, so you know that you gotta be in control of your energy, but still, they are just pushing every single button, and by God, you're done with it. What do you do? What do you do? Hi, I'm Bex. I have gone through the awakening process after coming into this reality at a high frequency, never experiencing doubt or anxiety ever. I knew that if worry crept in, I could feel it. And since the Bible said that I wasn't given a spirit of fear, only a spirit of power, love, and soundness of mind, I knew that worry had no place in my life, and so I never gave it place. It wasn't until 2016 when I had a head injury, lost all logical thinking, that I took a dive into the lowest frequency where nothing but fear, hopelessness, and anxiety reside. And from there, it took me on a journey that was the most rewarding experience and the most challenging one of my entire life. In going through that experience, I learned exactly what the awakening process is. I learned exactly what this reality is, and I want to use my experience to help others as they go through their experience. The way that I want to do that is by sharing my journal, because as I went through this process, there was a lot of journaling. And as I write these downloads, revelations, it gives me a topic to bring to you that will hopefully help you as you go through your awakening process. Today's journal entry: as though they were. God, who gives life to the dead and calls things that are not as though they were. Romans 4:17. Regardless of how someone is showing up in your reality, you are ultimately creating that version of them. How you see them is exactly the version of them that you will experience. The version of them that you are experiencing is exactly what you attracted and what you needed in order to help you become the best version of yourself. This version of them brought you more clarity for more alignment, and it was and always is perfect. Seeing them for the teacher that they came to be allows you to release judgment towards them. Knowing that they came for the purpose of helping you align with your higher self is key in not only setting you free, but setting them free. Recognize the light that is within you, the light that they helped you discover, the light that they helped you step fully into. Release all past judgments and negative emotions about your experience with them. Begin fresh each and every time you encounter this precious energetic being who came to help you fully align with your purpose. See them for who they truly are and release all fear. They are you at their highest frequency. They are a collection of beliefs, frequencies, as a result of their focused experience here in this reality. Therefore, they can only share with you based on their own frequency, their own experience. Framing a new perspective and consistently seeing them through that new lens is key in shifting your relationship with them into a new reality. Because the relationship has history, the reality that currently exists energetically, being consistent in your newfound perspective for the others is key. The current relationship is the known or the familiar program that has been running, that has been played out in your experience. In order to experience something different, you must change. Just like a reflection in the mirror only changes when the person changes, reality is exactly the same. You create the version of every person you are experiencing. If you want to experience a different version of them, you have to be the difference. If you want them to respect you more, you must respect yourself more. If you want them to love you more, you must love yourself more. If you want to break a cycle of fearing the opinions of others, you must become brave. Begin by setting an intention ahead of time. What is the one way I can show up as my truest and most authentic self where this person is concerned? If I create my own reality, And I do. How can I shift into my most authentic self today and feel safe? Maybe the first step is just to become more reserved with your words. Notice when you are only speaking, laughing, or agreeing simply to appease someone. Try being mindful and present in each moment to show up authentically and release what they might think about you. When we come into this reality, we come for the experience, all of the highs, all of the lows. And we, being energetic beings, are only a result of all of the energies that we have experienced. As we experience these energies, it creates beliefs within us. And in order to come to the highest frequency, the highest version of ourselves, we have to learn how to release those limiting beliefs. In order to release the limiting beliefs, we attract people into our experience to help provoke those limiting beliefs in order for us to see them and release them. So every single person that you have in your reality that you wished would vanish because they keep poking your sore spots, they keep triggering you into these lower frequencies, they are your teacher and they are there for a purpose. If they are still triggering you, then there is still more to learn. For me in particular, having people in my experience that don't understand what I'm going through is the challenge. That is my current challenge. Being authentically me. Talking about energy, talking about frequency, those things don't really resonate with my Southern family and friends. They don't really know what any of it means because they don't have the same experience that I have. However, just because they don't understand it doesn't mean it's not true. Standing in my truth means that I don't water myself down in order for them to be able to digest me. It doesn't mean that I force my beliefs on them. It simply means that I stand in my truth authentically and I don't need them to change in order for me to be okay. I don't have to change who I am. I don't have to be something different in order for them to feel good. If someone asks me a question, instead of trying to figure out how to frame it in a way that they would understand it, maybe I just answer it from my highest frequency. And if they don't understand it and they want clarity, we can go from there. But any time that we encounter someone on a lower frequency and we meet them there, then we have just allowed their energy to dictate ours. You can be a thermostat or you can be a thermometer. You can set the energy or you can become the energy that the person is in front of you. You can be the one who sets the tone or you can be the one that adjusts to the tone that is already set. It is only and always up to you. The key to mastering this is to get out ahead of it. If, for instance, it's your spouse or your significant other that hasn't gone through the awakening process and they have no idea what you're going through. And because they don't have any idea what you're going through, likely you feel judged or you feel fearful about being your honest, truthful, authentic self in fear of how they will react to you or how they will respond to you. The key here is being authentically yourself from your highest frequency, which means they are not your enemy. They are your teacher. If you came to fully awaken to the truth of who you are and you know who you are I am that I am here experiencing this amazing creation, and you know that fully, then nothing will ever talk you out of it, not even the fear of what someone else thinks. And this is the mountain. Knowing that you are in this world, but not of this world. Knowing that you aren't weird, you're just early. There's nothing wrong with you, you're not broken. You've just gone through something that the majority of this reality hasn't experienced, and therefore you are an anomaly. But if anyone is going to believe you, you have to believe you. And how do you best believe you? Is to stay consistent, to not give up your power, to not let others influence you. And in the moment, silence is better than reacting out of a lower frequency triggering you. So if someone's reaction to you causes you to feel that I could see that they don't like what I'm saying, they don't trust what I'm saying, they want something from me that I'm not willing to give, whatever the emotions come up, just recognize it. And in the moment, it's best to just zip it, because your words are also frequencies. They're also timelines. So if you're triggered to a fear response, fear of what someone will think of you, and then you respond from that fear, you've just entered that frequency, because you have felt the frequency and you said, yes, I will stay here, because now I'm going to start speaking from that timeline. Stay silent, because the thoughts will come, and that's not where the accountability comes in, because everything is energy. All of these thoughts are going to be offerings to you, and you get to decide whether you bite the hook or say, no thank you. So if someone triggers you into that fear place, in the moment, pause, zip it, and no, I don't have to enter into this fear timeline. I have a choice. In the moment, I will stay quiet. And if the other person doesn't understand your silence, you can simply say, I'm having a moment, I'm gonna go get quiet. Because that is still taking your power back. That is still saying to this matrix, I'm not entering in on this anymore. I'm done with this timeline. And maybe when you come back and they say, what happened? You can say, I'm learning how to stay me even when things trigger me. And for that reason, I exited. Be honest. Being honest takes you to a higher timeline, because in that place, you're being authentic, you're being present, and you're speaking truth. You're speaking truth without the fear of what other people think. So, we created every single version of every single person that we are experiencing for us. They're here to help us master this reality. And when we become masters, we shine so brightly. We attract the people that want to become masters. They get to see how it's done. As we stand fully and truly in our power, being unconditional love for ourselves and for others, this is how we usher in the new earth. This is how the coming of Christ, the second coming of Christ, begins to inhabit the earth. Christ consciousness is for us all. But we have to master this three-dimensional reality, master these lower frequency thoughts of fear and doubt and disbelief in order to truly step into our power. And boy, when we do, we're going to be a powerhouse. I love having this space to be able to share this experience. If you want more, like and subscribe the video. We'll be posting these, I say we, because I am you and you are me. We'll be posting these hopefully every day, one every day. We also have the Awaken to Power community on the Heartbeat app, and there is a link in the bio if you would like to register for that. It's free for the community, and then there are some upgrades if you want to join and become more involved. We also have lots of social media posts on TikTok and on Instagram. By all means, follow us there for some shorts and some quick little bursts, nuggets of information. Happy awakening. Remember, love yourself. You're here for the journey. It's all about you, and it always has been. And you're coming to the knowledge of the truth of who you are, which is the most challenging and the most rewarding experience ever.